Well, we got the controller now. Now that we found Cramrat, let's head back to Tim. What, isn't the Unisys guy gonna be in the way? Right, and that device. It's a cube controller. We can use it to stop X control. Good. Pains me to see Pokemon being controlled. Hey, so how are we, like, gonna get out of here? Just stick with us, Cramrat. Keep you away from Unitas. Okay, so we have to sneak back around him again. Whoa, you're gonna, like, escort me out of this building? Thanks, dude. Aren't you trying to get to B5, Pikachu? I'm not sure Cramrat understands that. We'll figure something out. Oh, we got here. We don't have to sneak. Wow, okay. There's only the one path back, and it was being blocked by the Unisys guy, so I don't know what kind of, like, plot armor BS we pulled there, but okay. Tim, look, we found Cramrat. But yeah, you know. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet had that kind of entertainment, you know. Great. What about the controller? Got that too. Now we can stop X control. True to the great detective form, Pikachu, and you did a great job too, Luxray. X control's in the room just up ahead. Can't get too close right now. It's going berserk. But it should calm down if we use the controller to deactivate the cube. Why is this controller sticky? Actually, I don't want to know. This part right here is a switch, right? I'll try to get close to the room X control's in. Press the switch to turn off the cube. So that's like the on and off button? I thought that it was like a thing that you hold to give it orders, but I guess there's a direct cube on and off thing too. Thanks. That's done. We need to search for a way to get down to the next floor. Cramrat swallowed the controller X controls cube. Yeah, thanks for the help earlier, Cramrat. Yeah, I mean, fair there. I'd like to hear more of what Cramrat has to say. Let's ask some questions. Actually, no. Change my mind, I don't want to. Okay. X controls on the other side of this door. Got the controller ready, Tim? Yep. Okay, let's open the door. Cutscene, right? Crazy how this room still looks like completely pristine and undamaged. Literally nothing has happened here.
Hurry up, Tim! It's coming right at us!
It just waddles over. No aggression or anything.
Okay.
Oh, good. It looks like X control settled down. Oh, there's a Corviknight back there. Now you're free, X control. Well, maybe not completely, but think we can ask some questions? It says it's willing to talk. Oh, you, X control. X control are good at digging holes, right? Well, X control didn't really tell us that. It was Pikachu that told us that. Seems pretty proud of that. It says it forms a single drill with its arms and head. Drilling is its specialty. Doesn't it get dizzy when it drills? Wondering about that too. Hey, X drill, you ever get dizzy? Oh, it just said don't be ridiculous. Spinning just comes naturally to it. Why are you here?
Hey.
By the way, X drill, what are you doing in this place? I see. It's just like Dusknoir. So, someone brought it here against its will and used a cube to force it to keep watch. Also, didn't we use a controller on Dusknoir? Why didn't we just use that same controller on, you know, Excadrill here? Because it's implied that they might be universal, not one-to-one. You think if they were one-to-one, they'd said, like, we lost Excadrill's controller. And, like, to Cramrat there. I don't know. Apparently, it tried to escape by drilling a hole in the wall, but things didn't go as planned. Whoops. Cube on its back probably stopped it from moving freely. Treating Pokemon like this is just too cruel. Maybe the Corviknight's a prisoner locked in that cell room thing. The humans here been like... more mistreatment of Pokemon, huh? There are more captured Pokemon right here in these rooms. Can't just leave them like this. Yeah, let's set them free. So we were right about the detainment rooms. They're holding Pokemon captive. Wait, detainment rooms? Yeesh, you'd think we were back at the police station. Same scummy names and everything. We gotta figure out a way to rescue the Pokemon here. Yeah, if we search the room, we'll probably come up with something. We need to investigate this room anyway. Yeah, we still need to find a card key. And then we can go right down and have the encounter with the mayor and stuff. Right. Okay, let's get this investigation started, Tim.
No good.
Door's locked. Can't free the Pokemon stuck in there until we find a key. Okay, well, Yeah, gotta stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really racism, or is it just like, you know, I was about to say, or is it just straight up slavery? You know, I mean, sometimes the two go hand in hand. Other times, some people will just be like, hey, you're not me, so I'm okay with doing this. Or you're a group that I can take advantage of. You know, yeah, might well be then. Here's a note from the operations team to the research team. Could be important. Read it out, Tim. The detainment rooms on floor B3 were intended to hold the Pokemon sent to us by Mr. Butler. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, this Pokemon will not be joining us, so that would have included like Pikachu and Luxray and stuff. As a result, the detainment rooms on floor B3 are currently hosting Pokemon that were not part of our original plan. Butler, eh? Let's talk about what happened back at the police station. There's a list here with dozens of Pokemon on it. Looks like a list of all the Pokemon in this facility. Some of these names are crossed out. Luxray, Leopard, Impidimp, Sableye, Pangoro. Those Pokemon were at the police station with me, so they were gonna be sent here too. That's what I figured. There are other names too. Excadrill, Hariyama, Corviknight, Poliwrath, Wooper. They're not crossed out, so they must have already been sent here. After that, there's some stuff about the cubes. The specs of the controller utilized by Mr. Butler are highly confidential. In the interest of maintaining this confidentiality, we destroyed the controller remotely to ensure the police were only able to collect the broken remains. See. So that's why the controller broke the way it did. They wanted to keep the police in the dark. If there was any doubt of Unitas's involvement before, this pretty much proves it. Yeah, but I still want to know more. Let's take a closer look.
Let me see.
Okay, where should we start looking? I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess I can't inspect the ones that are flat. Looks like a business report written by someone in Unitas. But yeah. You can just look over past the glass like there's a Corviknight and Poliwrath right there. But that must be ones that were sent here. Looks like a business report written by someone in Unitas. Mass production of the cubes has been completed without incident. Our CEO, Mr. Howard Myers, is scheduled to arrive on the last day of Pokemon Friendship Week for final inspection. Cubes are ready to be shipped pending the completion of this final inspection. Mayor Myers is our CEO? Also, is that a key on the shelf down there? CEO means Chief Executive Officer, right? As in, the one who's calling all the shots? Tell me he's the head honcho of this entire organization? No way! Papa's the one running Unitas? Can't possibly be true. What if there's a cube on him and he's being controlled by that scientist guy? Things we could have learned about Howard. This is the worst possible one. But yeah. I wonder where those Pokemon are. Glancing at glass. I guess we still need investigating. Yeah, that's this game in a nutshell. Yeah, that. Some sort of key. It could help us get into a locked room. Okay, if we find any locked rooms, let's try it out. Alright. Some internal orders within Unitas. There's water leaking from floor B3. Mr. Murloc keeps his valuable research data on floor B4. Whoa, like that scientist that, whoops, that seems super sketch. It is imperative that this leak be repaired as quickly as possible. What if it turned out that the scientist had actually no involvement and he was just in the game for literally zero reason? Sounds like Murloc does all his research on B4. I'm sure there's some useful information here. Still don't know how to get down there. And they're really not gonna comment on Murloc's involved with Unitas? I think Murloc was the name of that scientist that took Pikachu's fur. Just keep a cool head and keep looking, Tim. I don't know. Computer. The experiment report about the cubes. Oh, I was investigating the book on the computer. It's got a list of Pokemon that the cubes were tested on. Luxray, Leopard, Impidimp, Sableye, Pangoro. Shouldn't Pikachu be on there? Some of the Pokemon that were being detained at the police station. The list goes on. Wooper, Duskull, Excadrill, Poliwrath, Hariyama, Corviknight. Same Pokemon we saw in that other document. And you know, that might be over behind the... Okay. At this time, we lack sufficient data on Pokemon from various regions. Additional data from a greater diversity of species is required to fully optimize the product. We're still planning to collect even more Pokemon.
Well?
So do we find any good info about Unitas? Why do they need to falsely accuse and steal people's Pokemon? Why can't they just go catch Pokemon from the wild? Like, I know that Rhyme City is supposed to be the place where, like, people and Pokemon coexist and stuff like that, and all the Pokemon are out and about rather than being in Pokeballs. but there's still gotta be, like, Pokeballs that canonically exist, and, like, some force that you can go to. Like, we saw in the Bamboo Burrow, there was wild Pokemon out there, for example. Why didn't they just go around catching, like, a whole bunch of Pokemon with Pokeballs that they imported? But what do I know? We have to have something more dramatic by stealing people's Pokemon. Even though it makes so little sense. Because we need a plot, yeah. We find any good info about Unitas? Yeah. I think we've got good enough info to make some deductions. Okay. Because you aren't supposed to catch them all in this one. Yeah, that's the explanation there. How's it going today, Frecky? There's another document written by someone in Unitas. Operations team, the details of your mission are as follows. Oh, found some official orders, did ya? Location, the Galar region. Yeah, what do you bet that this game was originally meant to come out alongside Generation 8? Like, I've not seen a single Generation 9 Pokemon, and then we have stuff like this. Like, this was probably meant to come out sometime around the same time as, like, Sword and Shield or shortly after. And it just, you know, probably got stuck in development hell or something like that. And now it is coming out, like, as late as it has. Cool. To advance our research and the development of the cubes. Like, there hasn't been a single Generation 9 Pokemon here. This straight up is a Gen 8 game. Details. Gather as many different species of ice Pokemon as possible. Yeah, like, what was going on during production? Unfortunately, with a Pokemon game, you're never really going to find out what was going on behind the scenes. But I would be very interested to know. Like, you can look at development hell projects from, say, a company like Ubisoft, like Skull and Bones, where you just hear, like, firsthand, like, all the development hell stories there. That's the kind of thing that I would love to hear about this game. Like, what exactly was going on behind the scenes? Also, is that game ever even coming out at this point? There's many different species of ice Pokemon as possible. Well, this is why Unitas brought back Dormana 10 and the others. And Ubisoft has lost so much money on Skull and Bones. There's no way they make a profit off of that game at this point. They just have to try and recoup their losses the best they can. I wonder if that's the situation with this game here. Yeah, you're glowing right now because you need some enjoyment from this embarrassment of a game? Very unpolished, yeah, it took that long, and it even uses the old engine from the original game. So what gives? What the hell were they doing for 5 years? Maybe it was like Anthem, where they spent like 5.5 years in pre-production and then like 1.5 years in actual development. You know? Or the dev hell stuff from Baldur's Gate 3, like 20 years of dev hell. Is that what was going on with Baldur's Gate 3? Can't believe they got dragged here all the way from Galar. All those Pokemon we met at the ruins are doing okay. They'll be fine. I've got Gordon and Chris helping them out.
Hey.
Nothing else to investigate here. Huh. Interesting. At least that, you know, came out when it was finished. Sure didn't expect to learn that Howard's in charge of all of Unitas. What exactly is he planning to do with this organization? Many studios tried, you believe. Oh. Okay, and then it eventually went to the current studio. I wonder if it was originally attempted to be developed, like, here where I live. Because that here is where, you know, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were developed. What exactly is he planning to do with this organization? I think I've got an idea. Howard's been pursuing policies related to managing Pokemon, right? Does it have a decent bit of bugs? Must intend to use the cubes for that. Yep, there's really no other explanation. Cutscene time?
I want to believe it, but
Is he gonna have a bolt of brilliance, or is this just stuff with Rachel there?
Papa, why are you part of this?
Rachel.
Wow, that was a super emotional scene there. Nothing unbearable. At least it's nothing super crazy. Must have been a shock to find out her dear old dad is the head of Unitas. The polishing some areas, but not so polishing others, with some stuff feeling really complete, other stuff not really being complete. From what I've seen online, it all seem to be, like, really fleshed out. I haven't really seen much in the way of, like, stuff breaking or anything like that, but, you know, I've seen very little of it. Yeah. I'm honestly not sure what to say to her. She probably just needs some space to think. Tim, I love the animation she did for thinking. I'm sure she'll recover from the shock in her own time. Let's focus on something else for now. Yeah. Ugh, almost forgot after the whole Howard reveal. But there's something else that's been bothering me. I have to patch some stuff in. So if I play it down the line, it'll be super fleshed out by then, maybe. Yeah? What's that? A paper we read earlier that mentioned Butler. Maybe we should focus on that. Yeah, maybe then. Butler was mainly capturing Pokemon, wasn't he? Right. But why did Unitas want him to do that? Apparently the path where you go with the bad guys is unfinished, you being unable to complete all the bad guys' quests? That's not okay. I want to mull this one over. Might put us in the right headspace to figure out what Howard's hoping to do. What do you think, Tim? But yeah, and it's embarrassing that this game's face rig is worse than Sword and Shield. Yeah. You're not wrong. So, we figured out why Unitas has been capturing and detaining Pokemon. To distribute their cubes so that these policies can get passed and they can control all the Pokemon. What? Yeah, well, they will after the policy changes. Like, I'm talking big picture here. Well, they're locked up right now, but they're gonna get, like, they're passing that bill to allow them to control Pokemon, and then they're gonna release the Pokemon and then, like, control them all and stuff. Like, come on. Man. I guess because they want to research Deoxys? Nope. Alright, well, I'm actually bad this time. Alright, well. I mean, yeah, I guess. You know, that is true. We did see that in the reports, but, like, you know, these should both be true as well. You know, bigger picture.
Okay.
But yeah. The Cube experiment report says they need data about Pokemon. This game hates good deduction skills. I'm thinking too far ahead. So maybe they were collecting Pokemon to help them perfect the cubes they've been developing. That adds up. Unless the Pokemon that got sent here matches the list of Pokemon they experimented on. Like, I figured that that was surface level knowledge at this point, and I was trying to deduce, like, actual stuff that needed deducing. They must have been testing the cubes out on all sorts of different Pokemon. They want to make sure the cubes were compatible with every kind of Pokemon. So they can distribute them after this policy passes that the mayor is in on, and then they control all the Pokemon. If the cubes failed to work on even a single Pokemon species, the entire operation would be a bust. Developers must have been desperate to perfect the cubes, but any means necessary. No, not in this game. We're not. Tim's like, what? Somewhere from like 18 to early 20s. I don't know exactly what it is. Are there any Pokemon left that we haven't talked to yet? Not in this game, no. That's the case. Let's see what they have to say. Might be a clue somewhere that'll help us find a way downstairs. I mean, the original Pokemon games, yes, but not in this game. Let's be as thorough as we can with this set of rooms. Check the detainment rooms. Yeah, will the key open the door? Then predict all this in like chapter 1. Good Lord, Creatures Inc. It's like it worked. Let's check out what's inside. Whoa, no way! Poliwrath, Whirly and Burly. But yeah. And I thought that freshman was like a high school term in the States. Is it a university term too? We don't have terms like that here in Canada. Poliwrath. Doesn't look like it's being controlled right now. Hey, Poliwrath. Why are you in here? That is a term there. Check out what's inside. It's a glass door. I had no idea what was in here. It's kidnapped out of the blue and brought here. It really just wants to go back to its pond. Don't worry. We'll make sure you get home. Just sit tight for a bit, okay? See what Poliwrath has to say. You might learn something useful. The script clearly intended for that door to not be seen through. Yeah, baby. Unbeatable swimmer, huh? You sound pretty confident to that. Too bad it's got nowhere to swim here. No kidding. It's gotta be pretty stressed. Yeah, might well be. Well, why is it swinging its arms around like that? Oh, it's just showing us its favorite swimming stroke. I know, bud. You can't wait to get back in the water. Why are you here? How did you get here? You and Hariyama were flexing on each other when some human suddenly grabbed you. That must have been the PPB. Now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure I've seen Poliwrath and Hariyama fighting in the city before. He looks pretty mad about something. He's upset because I don't give it enough water here. Just like with Wooper. These poor Pokemon, or these poor Pokemon. Yeah, also parts that really need to have been thought of more. Like, have you pissed off Mo? What? Is this a character name in Baldur's Gate 3? It's impossible doing this side quest for the Druid Camp without passing a Nat 20 Charisma check with every single party member. You have to reload your save from whatever you made that decision at. Wow, that sounds like perfect game design right there. Lack of consistency is giving you pain. Ah! Hey, are you the Corviknight that stole my hat? Whoa, it all comes together. I don't remember, but probably? No apology necessary. No, it wasn't your fault. Probably being controlled by one of those cubes. Tell me a bit about that. About you, Corviknight. Just see. Such a good flyer that nothing in the sky can scare you, huh? You're pretty terrifying when you're flying at someone head on. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. Alright, I guess that's kind of a sore subject, huh? I'm really not blaming you for anything. Sorry, I keep bringing it up. I was about to say, unless Tinkatong shows up. But, you know, Tinkatong didn't exist yet if this is a Gen 8 game. Remember how they managed to bring you here? Means that Corviknight has nothing to fear. You see, you went to sleep one day, and when you woke up, you were in a place you didn't recognize. That's when they started controlling you with the cube. I'm serious, Corviknight, you didn't do anything wrong. Don't beat yourself up. Yeah, we're gonna show the world who's really at fault for all this. Okay, I checked the entertainment room. Was there another one? Oh yeah, there's multiple here. What if the key we found will open this door? It's like it worked. Let's check out what's inside, even though that was clearly a sound like it didn't work. But what do I know? Hoi hoi! Ah, Hariyama sure looks riled up. No way, Hariyama. Don't even think about it. Huh? What did it say? It's searching for a sumo opponent. Yeah, I don't know if you're really suited for sumo. We don't really have time to find out either. Sorry, Hariyama. I'm sure you'll find an opponent eventually. Oh, you Hariyama? It says it loves testing its strength by sumo wrestling. Okay. I bet Hariyama would get along really well with Darmanitan. Now is not a great time for them to spar. Yeah. If something happened to Darmanitan at this point, we'd be in real trouble. Assuming there's anything else we need a break around here. Sorry, Hariyama. I guess you win this round by default. If Hariyama won, we could always just ask him instead. You know, Darmanitan was knocked out. But yeah, still not the best time. So you were brought here against your will too. I know that happened to a lot of the Pokemon here, but I'm surprised they were able to subdue Hariyama. You're assuming Units has played fair. Apparently, they grabbed it while I was in the middle of a standoff with Poliwrath. I see. It's stomping on the floor every day as part of its training, but at some point, the floor started cracking. Believe it or not, Hariyama, I'm pretty sure those cracks are all you. Wow, it's really strong. Looks like the floor's been weakened here. This is the important thing. It looks almost like there's a hole that I can go through or something. Oh, I can just barely see the floor through these cracks. If we have Darmanitan use its strength to widen these cracks, we might be able to get down there. Was the whole floor caving in? Oh, I don't think so. Fair point. Darmanitan doesn't exactly have a light touch. So, I think it's a good idea to ask a Pokemon for help here. I don't think there's anything else for us to investigate in the entertainment rooms. And we didn't find a passcode or a card key. Never get downstairs at this rate. I'll have to think of another way. I don't know. We can go down to the next floor, but we can't take the stairs or use the elevator. Gotta think of a third option for getting down there. Brainstorm what we can do. Come up with any ideas, no matter how extreme they might be. Have Excadrill widen this hole. Right. There's gotta be a way through. Begin deducing. Way to get down to the next floor. Smash through the damaged floor. Ask Unitas for the passcode. Use the card key Cramorant probably swallowed. Drill a hole in the damaged floor. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Maybe we could ask Excadrill to drill a hole through the floor. Oh yeah. I bet Excadrill could carve out a mean hole for us. If we take it to that section of the floor Hariyama already damaged, well, I could dig through that in no time flat. I'm sold. Let's hit up Excadrill for help. There we go. We'll go down to B4. And then that's the last floor to inspect before the finale, right? Ask Excadrill to dig a hole through the floor for us. Yeah, let's go ask right now. Anyway, that's the situation. Think you can help us, Excadrill? It says it's the least it can do. I'm so glad it'll help. Hey, Cramorant! Give that controller back! Took him this long. Did you hear that voice? It's one of those Unitas grunts. probably coming here too. Better hurry. Think you can start digging right away, Excadrill? There's no way that Pangoro fits through the hole. I'll go get everyone else. Which means that he's gonna see at least some of our Pokemon. He's gonna get suspicious. Thanks, Tim. But yeah. Yeah, or maybe we take out the grunt. Ask Cramorant to swallow the grunt. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm an Excadrill and I'm digging a hole. Oh, you dug that hole in no time. We really appreciate Excadrill. Thanks to you, we can finally get down to B4. There's no way Pangoro fits through. What about Excadrill and the others, though? Oh yeah, good point. Excadrill, you should get out of here. Just keep heading up. Your skills, I'm sure you'll be able to escape this place. Sorry to stack on the favors, but please take the other Pokemon with you. Oh, and when you find Wooper, Dusknoir, and any others from the upper floors too? You go with Excadrill too, Cramorant. Don't let Unisys catch you this time. Should we take off these cubes first? So they can't just be like, aha, controller, turn around, come here. I'm sure that the one that Cramorant swallowed wasn't the only controller. What do I know? Thanks, Excadrill. Yeah, we meet again someday. Take off the cube first. Or don't. Okay, the rest of us should head down. Are you good to keep going, Rachel? Yeah, I've come this far after all. I need to stop Papa, whatever it takes. No, they didn't. It's still, you can still see it right here. It's still on him. Right, just don't push yourself too hard. Thanks, Tim. Alright then. It's about time we get a move on. No idea what's waiting for us down there, so keep your eyes peeled. Come on, everyone. Through the hole. So, yeah.